policy is the correct one. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the efforts of our diplomats and our ambassador in Niger, who will stay despite pressure from coup leaders. We do not is the correct one. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the efforts of our diplomats and our ambassador in Niger, who will stay despite pressure from coup leaders. We do not recognize them. We support the president, who's not resigned.
Il n'a pas démissionné.
Am I audible now? Okay, I really don't know from which parts that I was, you were not hearing me. But yeah, we are looking at three things that is what is driving the ambassador to be like to say that he's not leaving the country. Number two, what are the responses from? Am I audible? Okay, how about now? All right, so we go from all over the start. We will start again. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, so the ultimatum, I'm going to start from all over again. Okay, the ultimatum that is given to the French ambassador in Niger, meaning the 48-hour to leave the country, by now it is over. But the French ambassador has refused to leave the country. So with regards to this, we are going to look at two or three questions. Number one is, what are the reports that are coming from France itself? You know, what are the government officials in France are saying with regards to this? Number two, what are the responses from the military administration from Niger when this ultimatum is over? What kind of measures they have taken? We also look at that. Number three, we will try to look at why France is pushing this so much. An ambassador has been expelled from Mali, Burkina Faso, but nothing has been done. But why in Niger? What do they want? Number four, what are the things or the options for the military administration in Niger to do? What is left? Okay, these are the things we will look at. So last time when we bring you this news, when they set the ultimatum, the French ambassador, what we Okay, so now you can hear me. Yeah. So the French Foreign Ministry, actually, the Minister Catherine Colonna, if I'm not mistaken, her last name, they backed the ambassador because the ambassador, from the beginning, he refused. He said he will not recognize the military administration and he will not leave the country. That's what he said. Now the development is actually Macron has came, President Macron, and he spoke. And of course, he supported the decision of the ambassador. And then France will not recognize the military administration. So let's hear what President Macron said. I will share this with you. Okay.
The correct one. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the efforts of our diplomats, on the courage of President Bazoum, on the efforts of our diplomats and our ambassador in Niger, who will stay despite pressure from coup leaders. We do not recognize them. We support the president, who's not resigned.
N'a pas démissionné.
Okay, so you have heard him. He said, we will not recognize the military administration and their ambassador will stay in Niger. Okay, that's what he said. Now, what is the response now that this ultimatum is over? What is the response from the people, from the military administration in Niger? So what we have read that just, maybe an hour ago or 2 hours ago, the news that's coming out is that they have cut supplies of utility supplies like water and electricity to French embassies. So now every action has a reaction. Let's see what's going to happen. That's why number 3, we are looking at why French is pushing this so much. Why? Are they trying to provoke the military administration to take an action to expel him by force? And then they get a reason actually to apply force against Niger. I mean, this is my hypothetical theory. I mean, you can comment here online what you think, but I think this is, I think that they are driving Niger to war because the war that they thought it will happen, meaning the military intervention using ECOWAS, is not happening for now. I mean, ECOWAS is just buying time. They say their forces stand by, but they are not intervening. And in the back door, there is a lot of negotiation going on. Elders, officials assigned by ECOWAS are going and talking to the military administration. So they are buying time, actually. So since this is not happening, maybe France really is trying to provoke Niger. So let me know what you think. And then if he is expelled or removed by force, what is going to happen if they break in their embassy? What's going to happen? Was there such an event that happened in the world? So you can share with us. The other thing is, number 4, what we want to look at is what are the options now left for the military administration in Niger? What options do they have? Should they sit, quietly and look at how this evolve and try to study from the other end for them not to fall in the trap of France? Or should just they go and remove the ambassador? When I say remove, I mean to send him to his country, but by force, since he's not living. So the other one is, in case if a force is applied against Niger, this is a question for you. In case if a force is applied against Niger after they remove him, the military administration, what do you think that the AU as an institution should do? The regional organizations, not ECOWAS. We all know what ECOWAS is busy with. So apart from ECOWAS, like the Eastern African community, the SADC, the northern part, the Central Africa, what should they do? Even the diaspora, which is considered as the sixth region of the continent Africa. So let us know here in the chat section. I will have some time to look at your comments here, but this is a question that we forward to you. Maybe we will bring a guest and try to discuss this in length, but it's really at stake right now, the military administration in Niger. Okay, so let's look at really, thank you very much for letting me that I was just speaking to myself since you were not hearing me. Yeah, so W says disrespectful enslavers, just to be kind, escort the ambassador to the Nigeria border. Well, it's an idea. Maybe ECOWAS should cooperate with that one. Another one, Al Aten to tank the second. Okay, I'm in North America, and okay, thank you, my brother. If that's a man, I don't know. Drop ambassador off at the Nigerian border. Okay. Deport the ambassador, the ex-ambassador. If he doesn't go, arrest him and put him on the streets. Actually, I am a friend of mine, an Eritrean, has shared one experience. Maybe I will try to check what I'm not sure if he's here online, but the same experience Eritrea has had. Okay, so W Gon said, good cut electricity, deport the ambassador, drop off at closest border, Senegal, Gabon, yeah, okay. Depart Satan amongst us, okay. Expel him by force. The embassy is an embarrassment to France. Are there any videos or photos that show the extent of security measure around the French embassy compound? Good question. We should try to dig that and bring to you, but I would assume it will be a heavy security. It's a country that have its military from between 1,500 to 1,700 army is of French army is there. So I would assume there will be. Mrs. Shaban, get him arrested. That will have a I think they should play this systematically, really cautiously. I heard they cut access to electricity, food, food, I'm not sure, they can have a story, water, no air conditioning for them. The embassy is used to luxury, but they will be starving now. My people these days are playing a chess game. Please show them that we have the last move. Remember what happened to Gaddafi. This is how French government see Africa. Yeah, unfortunately, they think that this is a territory. It's that their own territory, to say, like, how arrogant one can be, really, how, it's basically the country belongs to them. That's how they're acting, really. This Mohamed Bazoum, the ex-president, is their puppet, just a puppet who has no power at all in the country, the so-called independent country that he was governing. I was listening to Her Excellency Dr. Arikana's interview that she did yesterday, and she mentions that, President Bazoum has to be really happy, because how an embarrassment it is to be a leader of a country that you have no power at all, with all those colonial taxes imposed in the country, but you can't do nothing. It's operating from out. France is doing everything. And ECOWAS is, as I have been saying a couple of times, it's echo of US or slash its Western allies, including, France. Yeah, really, he should be happy that he should be really at ease by now, that he's not doing an embarrassing job. Let's continue with some of the contents, and I think that I will just forward the questions again to you to comment it in the comments, to share your view in the comment section. Look, the arrogance they have, unbelievable. I think those French have lost the reality. That well, yeah, indeed. Niger people are so poor, and French government sacking the mining discriminately. The whole diaspora is watching this. So yeah. Oh, Clayton Brown, you're watching from Jamaica. Hello. Oh, that's really great. So please help us to reach to as many people as possible. So share, please, with your network if you find it, of course, relevant and informative. The transatlantic slave trade is alive and well. The colonizers are the children of Satan. Okay, big definitely. How they took out Gaddafi, they used on opposition militia to take him out. I just don't see that kind of divisive force in Niger. Actually, if you remember, after the coup happened, maybe after a week or something, or the second week, there was. It's right after Victoria Nuland of the US visits, not like a secret visit. She didn't even meet the military administration. They refused. She just met some people. So after she left, the news that came out was there are rebel groups who establish themselves as a rebel group to bring back, to reinstate the ousted president. So it was immediately after she left this news came out. So there are rebels, but how much of, and there was also a clash between the border of Mali and Niger a few days ago. But I don't know what is the status now and what their capacity is. And maybe if the ECOWAS is not intervening, maybe they will use them. But something is really cooking in all this. According to the Duran, America is a true driving force for getting their ECOWAS to invent independent Niger. America, will not do it. They know their experience in Somalia and other parts. Greetings from Columbia, South Carolina, USA. Okay, greetings. Africa needs united now before too late. They will bomb Niger. I mean, yeah. Are we going to fold our hands and look at what is if something happens to Niger? But I would say this, actually, all our efforts to bring the real information, to be the voice of the people of Niger, it has really paid off. I mean, why do you think that ECOWAS, they gave 7 days an ultimatum, otherwise they will intervene? Do you think it's just for nothing? They have seen that it's ECOWAS versus the rest of Africa, that they know that the African people are backing the people of Niger, that people do not want that military intervention. They are just buying time and telling us diplomatically, oh, we are going to exhaust the diplomatic, which is the right way to do it. But it's because also they know how people are against this. It's except even ECOWAS has a division with them. And even we have heard and read, actually, the African Union couldn't come up with a joint statement after its Peace and Security Council has a meeting. And we have read that, of course, there was a division, particularly the northern and the southern region have opposed the military opposition. So all this counts, actually. We cannot say we're just folding our hands and watching. We are doing, platforms like myself and others, people are trying to be a voice, and people are trying to, writing, and then from the diaspora we have heard like every day there's a news what's happening in Niger. Whatever the mainstream media is trying to bring, there is another one that's balancing what's coming out from the mainstream, countering, bringing the real thing from Niger. So all this counts, and what I'm trying to get at is, if we continue what we are doing, then for sure there will be, if we all throw our 2 cents in this, then it definitely will impact the result of what's going to happen in Niger. So let's go and read the comments here. Welcome, sister. Okay, welcome. Okay, Macadona 80 says, I think the French are trying to provoke the Nigerians into attacking the embassy so that they can invoke the NATO Article. Wow, okay. Since embassies are by UN law the sovereign domain of the guest country. This is why I really love to interact with my people here, the family, because we are here to learn from each other. We bring the information. You might even sometimes not only adding, correct us. Definitely. Yeah, you see, I really would love if you can copy paste it. Otherwise, we go just for everybody to see it here. If you can share it, Macadona, go ahead and share it. If not, we all can read it. So this Article 5 of NATO, which says embassies are the sovereign domains of the guest country. Do you see that? You see, this is without even knowing that. I was assuming why France is pushing so much. It's because I think they're trying to provoke, and there you go. There's a reason for it. So Anton tell us, yes, U.S. very threatened by Niger's rebellion against foreign control, but France is in full panic. Okay, Osie, hello, is Osie. Osie says, I think northern Nigeria will spring some surprises. Okay, northern Nigeria from the bulk of the Nigerian army. All right, we of course we have definitely observed that how the governors of the northern, I think 7 states, if I'm not mistaken, Osia, you will correct me, 7 governors who share borders with Niger have opposed the military intervention, and those voices are actually which counted for the Senate to tell President Bola Tinubu that they do not accept the military intervention. That's how the news came. Also, the Senate has opposed Bola Tinubu's decision. Elias London, Eritrea has been suffering by the evil USA policy and Westerners for years. We don't want next, nobody wants, not in this age where everybody has the information in our own hand, and we know exactly what it means, and we know, we are already familiar how the Western system works. So yeah. Akicho, let's do the same and go to Europe, rob them if they have anything, and see what's happening. Well, I think they will erase us from Earth. But anyway, but I don't think our naturally that's not really the mentality of the African people. Culturally we are so different, the way we are built. And for that matter, I really don't believe also most of Europeans or Westerners will agree what their government is doing, specifically Macron or something. I'm sure there are many who have the same sentiment like we have. People in politics and the ordinary people are. It's so much different, really. Yosef Ben Ephraim, yeah. I think go to after the 5 or the 6 minute of the session. I have been, I don't know what I've done, but it was muted. So you really have to go a little bit in front to hear me. Maybe the 5 or the 5th or the 6th minute, starting from that. Okay, I'm sorry about that. The African Union needs to say something about the French invasion, which is evil and unacceptable. Well, the African Union, the Peace and Security Council has gathered. That was like maybe 10 days ago, but came out with no statement because they couldn't agree, which is good because that means there are some people who are opposing the military intervention or the action that was going to be taken by ECOWAS. So we will see. AU is really, really quiet. But I want to tip you. Next time, I'm going to do a program with it. But there is also a tension. I mean, even before the Niger thing happened, there's a tension between ECOWAS and AU because ECOWAS thinks they're very practical after their intervention in Liberia, and their economical cooperation much before they were like that stronger regional organization. And of course the SADC, also the southern one, is also stronger, but there is a tension between the two that existed for long between the African Union and ECOWAS itself. ECOWAS do not want AU to interfere in its thing. It's because now they wanted to get the support that Bola Tinubu last time when the Senate opposed it, he went out and asked for the African Union to back him up. So that's what I know. At what stage is ECOWAS is in using force, or are they bluffing? Well, they say that their force is standby. We don't know. That's what we know, but they're just buying time. Really, I don't think this will happen. Yosef, I hope you are listening now. Okay. More first, ECOWAS was set up to build economic ties with other countries. When did they become a NATO type organization? Well, that happened in Liberia. You remember, during the Charles Taylor time, which they were kind of successful. So they think they can repeat that. But this time they have no support, even within ECOWAS. It's only few countries. I don't know if it can be even. You take already Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger out of it. There are 15 countries, and then the rest is still divided. Liberia, for example, is not supporting this. You and Arikana talk about French behavior in Africa is commendable. The silence of AU on how to free Africa from France is sickening. Yeah, I agree. I am diaspora and I go and fight for Niger. For the. By the way, you know, one thing that what I can do is we talked about the military administration giving ultimatum to the French ambassador, and then the ambassador refusing, and then the statements that came out from Macron. Now let's hear what really the Niger people are saying. I'm going to share one video with you. Just a second. Let's hear this. These are the people who were on the streets in celebration of the 1 month of the military administration in Niger. It was just one day before the military administration gave the ultimatum for the French ambassador to leave. So when they came also, you know, somebody was making an interview and this is what they have to say.
Si on a demandé le départ de leur ambassadeur, qu'ils sachent que c'est une décision de tous les Nigériens, parce que le CNSP aujourd'hui représente tous les Nigériens. Et si vous le constatez, si on a demandé le départ de leur ambassadeur,
we asked for their ambassador to leave.
qu'ils sachent que c'est une décision de tous.
Let him know that it was a decision taken by all Nigerians.
Les Nigériens, parce que le CNSP aujourd'hui,
because CNSP today represents Nigerians. I think that is the military administration.
Représente tous les Nigériens. Et si vous le constatez, le CNSP est appuyé et encouragé.
The CNSP is supported and encouraged by the Nigerians.
Si vous voulez, soutenu par tous les Nigériens. Donc, dans ce cas de figure, on n'est pas au 18.
We are not in the 18th century where someone has to impose or dictate to us what we do.
20e siècle où il faut nous imposer ou nous dicter ce qu'il faut faire. Non, c'est notre indépendance qui est là. Et je crois que si le CNSP.
Yeah, but in short, so yeah, this is what Nigerians are saying. It's not only the military administration. You have seen the support that they are receiving from the people as well. OCA said Nigeria are behaving like a mini USA, running around gutter crushing sovereign states due to internal political matters. We could do with South Africa, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Zimbabwe, and Angola all backing Niger. There are countries, by the way, who contacted, who did not came publicly, like Mali and Burkina Faso, to support the military administration in Niger, but who picked the phone and whatever and showed their support. I think I can say this. Eritrea did that they showed their support to the current government, that's what we can call it, or the military administration in Niger. And there are countries, if they are quiet, then that means there's something. But countries like Kenya, we have seen how President Ruto acted and said that he's backing ECOWAS, and he was actually confusing people that he's as if he was talking on behalf of the African Union. If we did not read that, the Peace and Security Council of the African Union couldn't come up with a joint statement because there was divisions, and we would have believed President Ruto. ECOWAS is right now, okay, this is W saying, I'm in the comment section now. ECOWAS is right now waiting for money and weapons from France to wage this war. But France and AU and the collective West are bogged down in Ukraine. Africa should not be sitting on their laurels now. By the way, the speech from President Macron reveals a lot that the current status of France. Anton, probably you might share with us your view, so let us know. But it looks like they are in panic. So he's talking, he touched a lot of things in his speech. Yeah. So I think, let me just remind you the questions again. So what do you think? I mean, you have been commenting here, but if there's for when the stream is over, for people who are going to watch it after the stream, so what do you think the military administration in Niger should do in this case? Because now the French ambassador is defiant, he's not leaving, and he's backed by, of course, by his government. His foreign minister came out and supported. The French president today said that we will not recognize the military administration, and the ambassador will not leave anywhere. So in this situation, what should the military administration should do? We have read already, they have cut utilities to the French embassy, but what more they can do? Is France trying to provoke Niger to go to war? And if that happens, what should be done? What should be the role of the African Union, the role of the regional organizations, except ECOWAS, because now we know what ECOWAS is doing, and the role of neighboring countries and member states in general? Let us know. And somebody shared that the article number 5 in the NATO law. So let us know also about that. Just the last one I'm gonna read. Masters at this point is a derogatory word. Yes, the Ukraine conflict has gutted Western. Okay, Anton. The Ukraine conflict has gutted Western arms stocks, and France does not have easy access to NATO at this point. Oh, wow. Arrest him. Yeah, so many of you are saying arrest him. You're going to put Niger in. I think this should be looked at in a very, very systematically and cautiously, in a way that it will not make Niger to fall in trap of France. I think that's my view. The military should block the embassy around. The people of Niger have spoken. That's it. Yes, you have seen it. Fine France $10,000 per day until he leaves. Yeah, then that way they're gonna get the aid, the so-called aid money, or the looted money that the so-called international institutions have refused to give them. Oh, okay, here we have Article 5. Thank you. So look at us. I mean, we are so updated. Everything happens here online. I mean, you can get this nowhere except at Connect Africa. Okay, just allow me to bluff a little. Article 5, really, thank you, Anton. An attack on one of you, on one of us is an attack on all of us. Obligates NATO members. Okay, that's one. But then the man who commented that was saying actually something that the embassy is the sovereign, it belongs to the, it's like a sovereign domain of the guest country. That's what I forgot the name who put that call, but he put Article 5. I don't know how. So if you get something like that from the article, please share with us, Anton, and I'll wait. Thomas, war for what? If somebody does not want you in their house, you leave. That's common sense. We thought so. Up until we heard that the French ambassador refuses to leave. If ECOWAS goes, Nigeria explodes. well, I don't want Nigeria to explode, but I really hope they watch what they are doing. Fine, France, 10,000 per day. Okay. Article 5, Anata. Okay, that we read. Send a company of infantry troops to the embassy with trucks, load the French up, and give them a choice of flying out or walking back to France. Wow, you people are so bold. Niger should cut off all supplies to the French embassy. I mean, that is necessary, which they have done. Okay, that's utilities so far. I don't know what else can be cut. They might have their own generator, but even generator needs what? Oh my God. Okay, which they have done. Africans must realize that France will not let Niger go without a fight, even as far as military. Charge for food and rent. Too many Western puppets. Oh, they are countless, I'm telling you. Stay strong, Niger. Too many Western puppets there. I really hope if there is anyone, I know that we have people in the by the border in Nigeria, bordering to Niger. I think was that Equam. But if someone is from Niger, please tell us. I want to invite you and really tell us, even a Nigerian, but who lives in the outside of the continent or somewhere in the continent, will be really welcome. We would love to hear from you. They will leave, but Niger is in Africa. NATO has nothing to do in Africa. Well, we have seen what they have. This is still now. I'm sure you have seen what they have done in Libya, so you will know their capability. Sovereign domain is not absolute at all. By invite of those nations, only and upon notice to leave, they must. Did I understand it good? Sovereign domain is not an absolute, not absolute at all. By invite of those nations, only and upon notice to leave. Okay, they must. Oh, okay. Then if they are told to leave, then they should leave. Okay, so sovereign domain is not absolute at all. By invite of host nation only and up on notice to leave, they must. Okay, that makes sense. So this is how sovereign domain is defined. Don't let the white man divide you, Africa unite. Okay, if you serve President Macron, you would see the uncanny resemblance to aliens in the huge. Play loud music constantly outside the embassy. What is that supposed to do now, Osie, please? Derek Wood tells us is it the rest of Africa? Is the rest of Africa asleep? That they are debating at their brothers over so-called white man? Do good says not junta, but all Nigerians are asking France and its ambassador to leave their country. Nigerians have decided who to lead them. The world should respect their decision as a sovereign nation. Well, it doesn't look like so. It's their independence. All those 14 countries who have signed that colonial pact with France are not really independent. France will leave, whether they like it or not. NATO have a base in, well, NATO might have more than 2-3 countries. Let them go and leave Niger alone. My sister, President William Ruto is a big hypocrite. That man is supporting Western agenda. But many Africans think that William Ruto is a part. We thought so. I mean, we have really featured his speech so many times. We still want to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, sometimes when you go out public and talk like that, that might be really his real self. And, you know, then again, when you are in the office, they come and tell you things what to do, otherwise this and that. And there's a lot of foreign investment in Kenya. So somebody has to analyze their economy, but they do their thing, like their mafia thing. So maybe he's forced to back out. Indeed, they killed Gaddafi, but will not stand by and look this time. Sovereign domain only stands while an embassy stands. Can be rescinded at any time at will of host nation. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, really, for that, Anton. We need to reform AU. They are useless. How come they cannot support them? This one I love. Straight Talk said, the landlord wants his property back, but the tenants do not want to leave. Exactly. This is what's happening in Niger. This is what's happening. Loud music. Okay, OCS suggested loud music. And so the reason is it will deprive the embassy staff of sleep. Well, Current 7, okay. What do you have? Under Vienna Convention, Article 9, if the host country declares he is persona non grata, then he should leave. That's what we thought so, but that's not happening. Russia had to abandon a number of former Eastern Euro nations upon notice from host nations. Poland, Latvia, and others. Latvia. Africa must kick the savage and okay, maybe they want to convert and become Africans, but you need Nigerians' permission for this. That's a good joke. Yeah, okay, yeah, but really, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Tonight, Kwame did not join us, but tomorrow he will join us. Our family, Lambert Ibitu, Kwame, Gonza, there are many others, Ato Germay Haile, Dr. Binyam Misgun. These are all our analysts here, and all of you here, of course. Malik, Tina, Black, Aaron. I haven't seen Black and Aaron today. Mikey, Simba, Ekwam, Anton, Elizabeth, all of you, really, Yusuf. I'm just calling randomly. Thank you very much for tuning in. Your inputs really, really matter. Let us know more. If you have any topic or any further discussions that you suggest related to this topic, or something different in the continent or outside the continent, but that impacts Africa, it should be about Africa. So please let us know. You can email us, or it's our email address is in the description section. Also, please, I'm sure there are people here who did not subscribe and still watching, which is good, but please subscribe. It will help our YouTube algorithm, and give it a like. And please do not keep the knowledge only with you. Please share it with others. So let us know in the comment section what you want us to bring next time, any burning topic and related to this issue. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening, and that was it from me for tonight. And do not forget to tune in on the next one. And if you can also please support us on our PayPal account. Let me just share that, right? Allow me, please. Let me just share that so that you don't say I did not share it. Okay, that was a bit of technical thing. Yeah, the number, actually, we have a good turnout today. Thank you, the people who watch online today. It was a good one. Thank you for that as well. We are growing. So yeah, this is our PayPal account. So please support us and also share the video. That will help us as well. And thank you very much. Ciao, ciao. Have a good evening and see you tomorrow.